going on in between Dizzy Rascal, The Enemy. I mean, these are really popular bands. It's not like they chose. It wasn't easy, but I can see what you're saying. But I think because the size of the stage is much smaller, it kind of suited the just the performance side of it. Because the other one's massive. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think there was lots of ideas to do it at the main stage. It would have been great, you know, for the Grams to be at the main stage. But I think it was just suited more to be on the full music stage.
Thank you.
What was the relationship Johnny Winegums actually had with Keva?
I think
he loved him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
I think his music basically answered everything in Winegums' life that he was struggling to deal with, and because
Winegums, was that product placement?
I don't know. Actually, now we're onto something. Now he's started. I think he's equal to me right now with the. But I think he thought Kiva was talking to him and speaking to him, because that's how selfish and beautiful the music is, that it can connect with individuals so much that they feel like the music is for them. And I think that's Kiva's downfall, because Kiva really is someone who's probably really selfish. Yeah, go on.
There's a scene in Imagine, the John Lennon documentary, which I'm sure Kev was inspired by, where a bloke goes to John Lennon's door, knocks on his door, and John Lennon answers, and he's like, "I just wanted to meet you because you've been speaking to me for all these years." And it's like, what are you talking about? I've been speaking to everyone. I've been sending out a universal message. It's not about you. And he's like, it is. It's about me. And it's like, it's just strange that people get that sort of feeling, not just empathy, but like this person is speaking directly about my life, about my situation, which is, as a musician, is impossible, because
God, yeah, I think
you don't know what people are going through and what they...
I think because I think Kiva, the only person who got into Kiva's life was Winegums, really, because what Kiva wanted to do was to discover about his past and really respond to it positively, and it's really difficult to do that, but he can do that through the medium of a camera. And so I suppose because Winegums was the only person that Kiva's let in, really, apart from Hannah, that was, he felt like what James was saying, that he really felt like it was speaking to him.
Should I pass the mic over to Joe so you can ask her some questions?
No, I'll do that.
We can
Go on,
share like that.
Oh, yeah, we can, yeah.
It's easy.
Any questions for Joe? Anyone? Come on.
I've got a question. I'm just going to throw it out there just in case someone asks something. Do you not think that it depicted women, like all the girls run after the band and getting naked? It's like, oh, let's just stick a random shot of like a girl getting naked. And what did you think about that being?
Well, being a woman,
Yeah.
luckily. Well, I think that was a big issue for me in the script, because there was, you know, there's been different drafts and stuff, and with the nudity to do with Tiki, I never wanted it to be a sexual thing at all. I wanted it to be more of a kind of ritual of going into the sea and it being everything, like almost like a baptism, you know, when it's all washed away from you, and that's why she takes her clothes off and stuff. But I think there is a little bit of that running through the film, that kind of sex, drugs and rock and roll, but I think women are objectified like that, like completely, within the celebrity industry and within the music industry. I mean, you only have to look at people like Rihanna, like they're very, like Rihanna and Beyonce, they're very talented people, but they end up getting their clothes off a lot of the time because it does sell for women, and that's just how it is at the moment. But I do think with Powder and with Vanette, who plays Hannah, and with Tiki, there is a I don't know if it's a strength for the women. It may not send out the strongest message, but the women aren't just dolly birds in it. Even Freya has her own little kind of crazy charm, but you know, none of them are groupies really. I don't know whether it's clear what Hannah is, but she's there because of work, and she's connected with Kiva, and so is Tiki. You know, they're all there working, but then you do have kind of the sideline. But I think that's really how the industries are. You know, even in acting industry, you know, there's a lot of sex sells really, and it's the weak women kind of, they get the kind of bum end of the deal really. You know, we're asked to get our boobs out more than men are asked to get their behinds out. I mean, I guess right now we could ask James maybe if he was maybe a Mooney or something.
So turning back to the boys, like, what do you think about the female objectification?
I think I'd echo what Jo said in that the nudity that she was involved with and she had to do was all very much part of the story, and when she's dancing on the table she's kind of unravelling. She walks out into the sea, it's like, it's not sexy in any way. It's like a girl kind of on the edge.
Have you ever had, I mean, you're the musician, so have you ever had any experience of women throwing themselves at you, like... not so much like that. Go on, tell us what you the fans are generally quite polite and sort of kind of more not as intense as the John Lennon fan or Wine Gums, but much more. The fans kind of really listen to the lyrics and sort of quite into the songs rather than my sexy gut.
James, a question for you. Do you feel any extra pressure writing songs for a film where the songs have to be like hit films, you know, so, hit songs? What far as the film was concerned, it was sort of anthemic. Is that any extra pressure when you writing songs?
Yeah, definitely.
How did you tackle that?
I just had to take the titles and take Liam's character, or Kiva, as Kevin wrote him in the book. But the real pressure is the grandeur and the way the songs are described. It's like, it's impossible for anyone to write songs as good as the ones that these songs are like saving people's lives and changing people's lives, and it's like.
So did you think twice?
So there was definitely pressure there. Sorry.
So when you were asked, or you know, however it came about, did you think twice?
I jumped at the chance. I thought this is it's a really great opportunity. I think, and I love Kevin and I love the book. But I think if, like I say, if I'd tried to write songs as good as sort of Joy Division, these kind of classic albums, then I would have fallen flat on my face. I just kind of did what I do. Really.
Are you going to use new songs on your album?
I think they exist in a time and place, and
they're
just
going to
stay.
No,
No, they're just going to stay on the soundtrack. So I think that the songs reflect Kiva's character more than mine, really. So that's why I choose to sort of keep them there.